This is nothing that's been confirmed by Disney at this point, but this is something that I just wanted to make a video about to make you guys aware of something that may be possibly in the works between Disney and Sony. So Disney is considering buying Spider-Man from Sony. This means that they're planning on or considering like flat out just buying Spider-Man. Not even trying to come up with any sort of deal, just being like, yo, this is a huge sum of money. Just give us Spider-Man and we'll be all good. Now, I definitely have some thoughts about this, but let's go ahead and get into the article here and see what they have to say about this before I give my comments. So, the past month or so has been a pretty crazy ride for fans of Spider-Man, as Tom Holland's version of the hero was booted from the Marvel Cinematic Universe due to Sony and Disney failing to reach a new agreement in regards to sharing the character. Basically, it all came down to money following the massive success that was Far From Home, and though who you side with is up to you, both parties are to blame in some sense. Nevertheless, we've been hearing that talks between the two studios aren't completely dead just yet, which doesn't surprise me, and there may still be hope for them to come to a new deal, meaning we may see Spider-Man remain an Avenger and continue to swing around the MCU. Obviously, this would be the best outcome, but as of yet, we still can't say for sure what'll happen. However, know that the Mouse House is definitely serious about getting Spidey back, and according to our trusted sources, the same ones who told us Marvel was developing a She-Hulk and Ms. Marvel show well before they were officially announced, the studio is now considering just buying the rights to the character outright instead of figuring out a new deal with Sony. From what we understand, the figure that Sony has in mind for a full buyout of the rights is $10 billion, but as we reported the other week, Disney has no intention of paying that. Instead, we're told they'll likely make a lower offer and try to get Sony to come down in price. That is, if they can reach a new deal first. Right now, things could still go either way, but again, our sources have informed us that the possibility of just buying Spider-Man back is definitely on the table at present. And really, as costly as that may be, it could end up being the best option for all parties, Sony, Disney, and the fans in the end. Now, I definitely do not agree with that last statement at all. I've actually been praising Sony for not continuing to keep Spider-Man in the MCU, but basically pulling him to kind of make him the centerpiece of their Spider-Verse. I've actually have been in high favor of Sony doing that, because the MCU is continuing to go down this woke path, and because of that, I don't want Spider-Man to continue to be a part of that. We've also learned that Spider-Man might be really only part of the MCU moving forward to kind of tear down Spider-Man in order to lift up Captain Marvel as the face of the MCU, as the glorious hero, the savior of women, and the face of the MCU. And we did a video on that here on Geeks and Gamers yesterday, if you want to go check that video out. But yeah, so, you know, because of that, I don't want to see Spider-Man being reduced to nothing, being torn down just to lift up Captain Marvel. That is complete disgrace to Spider-Man, who is one of the most iconic heroes of all time. I think that Sony would be in the best place to not sell Spider-Man to Disney. I don't think that is the wise choice for Sony at all. They have one of the most iconic characters in their hands right now, right up there with Superman and Batman. To sell that character to Marvel would be absolutely detrimental to Sony. Sure, the initial price might look good, but think about the consequences. You know, you will be losing one of the most valuable characters that you can have. I don't think that there should be any sort of price that's put on Spider-Man. I don't think that Sony should bow down to Disney in this way and give them Spider-Man in this way. Especially, think about it in 5 years' time. Sony would be absolutely regretting selling Spider-Man in like 5 years, because Marvel is continuing to go down this woke path. If Sony actually played their cards right and they continued to focus on developing and cultivating a really high quality, well-developed Spider-Verse with Spider-Man at the centerpiece, and they stayed away from the woke nonsense that is going on, then they would be in a really, really good place in 5 years as we continue to see Marvel kind of fall over themselves because of their woke nonsense. So, Sony is in a really, really good place right now, just having Spider-Man, just being able to exclusively focus on building their Spider-Verse. They're in a good place with that. They should not be even entertaining the idea of Disney buying Spider-Man from them. That is what I think. I mean, I don't want to see Spider-Man part of the MCU anymore anyway, because the MCU is continuing to just fall apart. They're deciding to just plunge with both feet right into the SJW political, identity politics, all of that type of stuff, all of that nonsense, and I don't want to see Spider-Man being a part of that. I totally support Sony in their decisions in keeping Spider-Man away from all of that, and hopefully they will stick to that. Hopefully they will not end up doing this thing. Hopefully they will not just look at all the money that Disney's offering to them and just take that. I hope that they don't do that. And honestly, this sounds like a Disney tactic as well, just being like, hey, we'll just give you this crap ton of money if you just give us your character. That totally sounds like something Disney would be entertaining at this point as well. So honestly, this would have surprised me if we see some sort of deal like this actually being put on the table and stuff. I just hope that Sony doesn't actually go through with it, because that would be even more detrimental to Sony than if they continue to share Spider-Man between the two studios. So with that being said, I just wanted to do a video on this and kind of give my thoughts about this. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this. What do you think about Sony and Disney continuing to try to figure out some sort of deal? What do you think about Disney possibly buying Spider-Man from Sony? Let me know in the comments below what you think. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you all very soon in another video. Talk to you later. Bye.
Hey everyone, it's Jeremy from geeksandgamers.com, and if you're a fan of Geeks and Gamers, please go to our website, visit our merchandise store. We have t-shirts, hoodies, hats, beanies, tank tops, and in the very near future, we're going to have many more products for you to choose from. So thank you for the support. We appreciate it. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later.